Going live now.
Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of RBVRR Women's College of Pharmacy and Management, I am Harshni, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Pharmaceutics. Take the privilege to welcome all to the one-day webinar on women empowerment and entrepreneurship development. I welcome today's resource person, Caitanya Garu, Director, Partner of Drumataru Constructions and Consultants, and Vice President of Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. And I also welcome Principal Professor M. Sumakant Garu of our college. Entrepreneurship is a creation or extraction of value. The process of setting up a business is known as entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is known to be a driving force behind economical growth in recent years. Some of the world's best popular products and everyday items were created by entrepreneurs. They started off as a simple ideas that needed a well organized plan and funding to see it off towards success. Women entrepreneurs has been recognized during the last decades as an important untapped source of economical growth. Women entrepreneurs create new jobs for themselves and others and being different solutions to the management. So today's webinar emphasizes on women entrepreneurship. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Umarani Garu, Associate Professor of Department of Pharmaceutics, to introduce the speaker.
Thank you, Harshini. I feel honor and privilege to introduce today's speaker, Caitanya Garu. She is the Director Partner, Drumataru Consultants. Madam has completed postgraduate in Architecture and MBA Corporate Finance from XLRI Jamshedpur. She is the Certified Corporate Director from the Institute of Directors. She is a soft skill trainer and a speaker, and having a strong passion and appreciation for designs, details, and innovative ideas. She is a self-motivated person, confident, devoted with leadership qualities, quick at decision making, good communication skills, both verbal and written. She is, apart from the uh, education, she has achieved awards like Outstanding Entrepreneur Award from COVI India, Outstanding Chairperson of Junior Chamber International, and Award for Professional Excellence from Junior Chamber International, Rani Jhansi Lakshmi Bai Award for Contribution to the Cause of Women, and Vishwakarma Award for the Best Practices from Construction Industry Development Council, a constituent of Niti Aayog, Government of India. And the journey of her is a glory, and she has achieved a lot of things apart from awards, and she has gone through biggest challenges. One of the biggest challenge for her is taken the contract that is from Riska Labs for Acharya NG Ranga Agricultural University. This was a very critical design and which needed lots of micro detailing, but she balanced both priorities and she has completed it time accordingly. It is very much fortunate to have her here, and I request Chetna Jain Garu to deliver her experiences, deliver her knowledge with our students. I welcome you, madam.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Umagaru. And I think I thank the management of RBVRR College, the principal, Mrs. Sumakant Garu. It's a pleasure to always be here, sharing whatever little I know or whatever little probably I have been through this journey of the last 20 years. I started my company when I was just out of my college. Just 1 year I interned and then I started my business. The whole idea was I never wanted to work under somebody, and that is how this idea of being an entrepreneur myself came up, because I come from a business family, and I was pretty sure that I never wanted to work under somebody, and I wanted to build a company of my own. So a lot in the past few years, as we all think, women entrepreneurship is one topic which is highly talked about, and a lot of onus has been put on this particular subject. Entrepreneurship is not about men entrepreneurs or women entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. But why are we placing so much of focus on women entrepreneurs? There is a particular reason for it. Because most often than not, it is like, once a girl is very well educated, especially in our society, the next thing we look about is, okay, these days at least, we've changed a little. We say, okay, she gets into a good job and then gets married and settles down in the family. But what we did not think of for long was that women by herself is quite empowered. She has enough talent. She has lots of capabilities. She can multitask. So that is where the onus on entrepreneurship started. Because as an entrepreneur, when you look at a woman, she's quite educated. I mean, she's quite dedicated. She's quite driven. But there are certain limitations where women do not take the plunge towards entrepreneurship. Maybe it is, pressure from the family or motherhood. There are women who are very well educated, but just because they've entered motherhood, they gave up their careers. And once the children grow, they again want to come back to the society, to the mainstream society, and start working. But the question remains here is whether you will get jobs at every stage of your life. Then what is the answer? Why not look at entrepreneurship? Why not try and see that instead of a job seeker, you become a job giver? That's how a woman can get empowered. See, there are different ways of saying we are empowered. You can be empowered financially, you can be empowered knowledge wise, and you can also be empowered in different ways. So, the best way to get empowered is start something on your own because it gives you immense amount of satisfaction, a satisfaction that you're doing something for yourself that will create an impact and create benefit for a lot many people like you. Can I get the next slide, please? Yeah. Now, who do you think is an entrepreneur? Now, let's forget a woman or a man or whatever. In general, if you look at it, who is an entrepreneur? We say the entrepreneur is a business owner, one who owns a business, or one who starts a business, or the person who is a very resourceful person who can give resources for others to survive, or probably you are the boss of your own enterprise. So that is what we look upon the entrepreneur. But the biggest quality here is the risk taker. Why do you think entrepreneurship is all about risk taking? What happens is, in my experience, I've seen most of the women, they start with a lot of ideas. We see women coming to us with a lot of ideas because they think I can do this, I can do that, I'm capable of doing so many things. But then, it takes a lot of thought to narrow down onto one particular idea, focus on it, and start working on it. How do you think this is a risk? This happens because most of the time, women depend on the investment to come from the family or friends or somebody. And here, everybody is like, why do you want to do this business? You might as well do a job, look after the family, take care of the kids. But nobody says, okay, go and do a business. So people wait that in case you fail, everybody is going to pounce on you saying, see, I told you and you failed. So this is the biggest risk. This is the biggest risk for everybody as an entrepreneur, whether it is a woman or a man or whoever it is. The risk involved here is you might lose your money, you might lose your time, you may not be successful, you might run into debts. But the person who can take this risk and move ahead will be a person who emerges as an entrepreneur. The next slide. This is actually a French word. This comes from a French word which says entrepreneur and undertaker. Wherever this word came from, why do we say entrepreneur and undertaker? Undertaker, somebody who wants to take up this, somebody who wants to move forward, somebody who wants to think and work on it. The next slide. Okay, now see, entrepreneurship again, there are quite a few people who described entrepreneurship in different ways. George Glider said it is a spirit of an enterprise. Entrepreneur is the spirit of enterprise. Yes. See, for my enterprise, I am the spirit. I am the heart and soul because I put my hard work. I think I eat, drink, sleep my work because I'm so passionate about working on it. I'm so passionate to achieve what I want to. So it is like, making the world forever new. Why is it we say making the world forever new? Because every new day, you have a new idea that comes up. Today, the buzzword is startups. We're talking so much about startups. Now, what is a startup? Startup is also a business. But why are we saying it's a startup? Because it has an innovative idea, which nobody must have done earlier. But now it has been done for the first time. Say you're developing apps for so many things. So this means that you are exploring something which was not done before, and you are coming up with this idea and promoting it into a commercial venture or a commercial idea. So that means you are taking aggressive actions. You are streaming into the market and you're trying to get a base for your product. I was just watching, there is a new serial that's coming up on, I think, Sony, which is called Shark Tanks. When you watch this particular show, I am surprised. I don't know from where people are getting innovative products. There was a woman who just give me a minute. So there was this woman. She came up with a fabric which can control UV rays, which can control pollution, which can control the attack of viruses. Now, see what kind, and she's a nanotechnologist. Look at the kind of idea entrepreneurs are coming up with. Then there was one more person who came up with a uh, helmet which could prevent accidents. It had Bluetooth in it. It had sensors in it, which in case there is some a vehicle which is approaching and you would get hit, it would warn you. It could save your head from being hurt. So look at the kind of innovation people are getting into. I also was looking at some videos. There's a small school girl who came up with an idea of biodegradable pots. Now, the farmers, when they do the farming, what they do is they use plastic pods to put in the seed and put it into the soil. And once the sprouts come up, they dig it out and they throw away the plastic containers. Now, this girl came up with a pot with the help of groundnut shells. She crushed those shells, made them into pots, and she gave it to the farmers so that they could plant the seed with that pot and put it into the earth, and that pot would degrade by itself. So, look at what kind of an idea this is. It saves the nature, it is a biodegradable product, it is not harmful to the environment. So, look at how much of an innovation is going, how people are thinking now. And what a zeal of this girl. She's just an 8th standard student and she's already put up an industry. The government of India has helped her with some fund to put up an industry and she has started manufacturing. Don't you think that is amazing? That's really amazing for me. So, this is what we want out of this country. We want more entrepreneurs. We want women to think differently. We want people to justify what we are learning as education. We want our girls to find their passion. The next slide. Next slide. Yes. Now, what is it that it takes to have an entrepreneurial mindset? Just now, what example I was saying, sharing. What did this girl do? She had an opportunity. See, she saw the shells and she said, yes, if I can make something out of this, maybe I can do something innovative. So, what did she do? She seized the opportunity. What, by which I mean that you should keep your eyes and ears open. Keep looking for opportunities. They'll keep coming your way. Now, you are all pharma students. You might ask me, what kind of opportunity we have? You have immense opportunity. You're working with drugs, you're working with chemical combinations, you're working with lot many other things which probably can save human lives. So you can work with a whole gamut of chemical elements or drugs, which probably you can create something very innovative. You can work with devices. You can create devices. So that is opportunity seizing. Seize the opportunity. Keep looking. Keep your eyes and ears open. Opportunity knocks at your door anytime. It is not that somebody will come and tell you do this. You will have to take the initiative. You will have to be proactive. You will have to see that you are able to identify that there is an opportunity here, and you go and encash the opportunity. Then we say opportunity screening. Why do I say opportunity screening? See, all that you see looks like an opportunity. You'll think, oh yes, I can do this. Oh yes, I think I can excel here. But please understand, we all have some strengths, some weaknesses within us. The best thing is first understand what your strengths are, identify what your strengths are, where you can excel. Weaknesses, we can work over them. But first, let us understand that we can gain from our strengths. So we start looking at what are our strengths. Once we identify our strengths, we know what opportunity to take and which to leave. So you should identify opportunities where your strength lies and start encashing it. Later, we can work on our weaknesses, because once you start strengthening your strengths, weaknesses can automatically be put in line. So you should opportunity screening is all about knowing your strength and understanding which opportunity to take so that you can excel. Next is opportunity seeking. Now, opportunity seeking, sometimes you have to ask for opportunity. Seizing is go and grab it. It is already there. You're going to grab it. But opportunity seeking, you'll also have to keep looking where you can look for an opportunity, or where sometimes, I go to some places, somebody says, okay, design this or that, or we go for competition presentation of a project. We have 3 or 4 people giving the presentations. But there, what do I do? Suppose I feel that there is something which I can add value to, then I talk about it. And that is where I am seeking an opportunity to present myself, to tell them that, yes, I can do this better. So, such instances, you should be able to present yourself in such a way that you can seek this opportunity and take it for yourself and move ahead. Next. See, what is a business sense? Why do we do business? We do business because we want to earn money. We want to develop a business, or we want to create value. Either of these things. Like I said, I wanted to do business because I wanted to be on my own. That is a sense of accomplishment for me. Then I wanted to also do business because I wanted to create employment for more people. That means what I'm doing, I'm creating value. But when will I create value? Only when I'm able to earn money and make my business run. So I have to see that I need a sense which can see that my idea has a commercial potential. I can market it and I can earn money out of it. The second part is, when I make money and develop a business, I can always create value, isn't it? When I have a product, suppose you have a medicine, you have a drug, you have a device, or you have an app, even that is creating value when you commercially leverage on it. Otherwise, your idea will not be identified as a business at all. So you need to have a commercial value to your business. Next. What I've done is, I have segregated each of these traits into acronyms like Masteries of Entrepreneurship, the 3 M's. Now, what are the masteries of entrepreneurship? First is mastery of self. When I say mastery of self, what is this mastery of self? It is first and foremost thing, you need to have self confidence. Next, self belief, dedication. Why self confidence? See, every time nobody is going to come and boost you, saying, "Hey, come on, you do this, you do that," then you'll be able to do this. This is something which is within you. You will have to understand whether you can do it or not. And when you have a lot of self confidence, only then you will be able to do something. You will be able to take the risk, which I said. You should not get carried away. See, some people, oh, come on, you and business. No, 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 you cannot do business. At such a time, instead of getting demotivated, you need to Surge ahead and say, no, I can do it. It is in me. That is the kind of self confidence you should have. A confidence which nobody can shatter, nobody can deter, nobody can take it away from you. And that is your self confidence. People will tell you, come on, you cannot succeed. This is a waste idea. What are you trying to work on? In fact, it might come from the family saying that you're wasting your time. You might as well work. No, hang on. You need to convince yourself. There should be a self conviction which says that, yes, my idea is right. I can do this. Even if I fail, I will get up again and move forward. That is the kind of self confidence you need to have. Next is self conviction. Self conviction is all about convincing yourself that, yes, I can do it. I am ready to do it. The next slide has already come up. That is traits of an entrepreneur. Okay, what are the traits of an entrepreneur? First thing is, when you want to be an entrepreneur, first dream. We all have seen these ads during cricket, eat cricket, sleep cricket, drink cricket, we say. Do the same thing with your dreams. Dream so high, dream it every day. Be passionate about your dream that you want to achieve. Day in and day out, dream it, visualize it that, yes, I am going to do it. That is how a dream has to be. A dream will always remain a dream if you don't work towards making it into a reality. So, what you have to do, it's not about just dreaming, turn it into reality. And when will you turn it into reality? When you're determined to turn it into reality. Start working on the details of your dream. Yes, I dream. Okay, it can be as small. I'll tell you a small example. Suppose I want to buy a dress. I saw it on the shop front, right? But then I know right now my purse strings are quite tight. I cannot go and buy it, but I still dream to buy it. Then what would you do? I first thing is, if I have to buy it, I need money. So from where will that money come? Either I have to borrow or I have to earn. There is no other way. So what will I do? If I know that I cannot borrow, then I have to earn. Then how will I earn? So to earn that money, you have to have that determination always in your mind that, yes, I need to buy the dress. That is your determination. So to buy the dress is your determination. But what is the detail? The detail is to earn money to buy the dress. Right? Now, what is a dollar? Dollar is, you dream of money, money in cash, not in the form of cards. Business cannot be done with cards. Business is done with money. To get the above three, you need to make the right decision. To buy the dress is your dream. You're determined to get it. To be determined to get it, you need to earn. How are you going to earn? You cannot borrow, so you make the right decision. How you are going to earn money to buy the dress? You have to be the doer. Nobody is going to come and do for you. So you have to be the doer. Take a decision, do what is right to see that you can go and buy the dress. Now, when you're earning money, you're not earning money just for the dress. You will earn more. So what will you do? Distribute. That is, get more people with you. You need to be, once you open an enterprise, you need to see that you have more people with you. Gather a team, make it into an enterprise, and get people to start working with you. That is what an entrepreneur does. Next is destiny. Now, destiny, people say, yes, you are destined to do this, or it is in your destiny. I believe that if you work hard, if you are passionate, if you are determined, your destiny will automatically follow. It will come. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, day after. But it is bound to come. You are bound to realize your dream. You are bound to fulfill in doing what you want to do. And to do that, you need devotion and dedication. These are two very, very important points. You need to have single minded focus that, yes, I need to do this. I have to succeed, beg, borrow, steal, do whatever I have to do. But I have to achieve my goal. I have to reach the goal. And that kind of dedication alone will allow you to succeed as an entrepreneur. If I give my own example, I missed out on my friends for almost 10 years. I could not keep in touch with any of my friends because it so happens that when you are pursuing a dream very aggressively, you do not have time for distractions. You cannot say, okay, today I'm partying, today I'm going out, today I'll do this, do that. No, 24/7, eat, live, sleep your dream. Only then you will reach where you have to reach. All the things will follow once you establish yourself, once you realize your dream, and you are ready to fly. Everything that you think you've lost out will always come back. I reconnected with all my friends later after 10 years when I felt, yes, I have established myself now. Now it is going to only take me to take my enterprise higher. But now I am not in the stage struggling to establish my enterprise. So that is what is very, very important. And these are the traits which every entrepreneur, be it a woman or be it a man, needs to have. It's very, very important. Unless otherwise, of which, what amount of effort you are putting will not be fulfilled. Next, traits of an entrepreneur. When we say the F's, what are the F's? First thing is you're a founder. Founder because you've started the enterprise. Very simple. Next, who is the founder who started the enterprise? The person who has faith in himself. When I said self confidence, you need to have faith in yourself, faith that you will succeed, faith that yes, you will achieve, faith that yes, I am going to be successful. Next, you need to be focused, very, very focused. I told you what kind of focus you need. You cannot have distractions. It is as much as driving a car on a road. You just look here and there, then your focus is disturbed, you might land into an accident. So your eyes are set totally on the road you want to achieve. They are firmly set on the road, and that kind of focus is necessity. Now, what is frugal? Frugal is spending very less, isn't it? It's actually being a miser. Why frugal? Because at the beginning of any enterprise, you cannot throw away money. You need to save money. You need to cut down your costs. You need to see that you need to spend very, very minimally till you have actually started making profits from your enterprise or from your business. Next, you need to be fast. Yes, you need to be very fast in taking decisions, very fast in understanding the changing situations, very fast in trying to adapt to what is the requirement of the market, very fast in trying to change your strategies as and when required. Now, I said fun here. What does fun mean here? You might think, what is fun doing in entrepreneurship where I'm saying you should be focused, you should have faith and all that, and I'm saying fun. Yes, I say fun because when you start thinking of being an entrepreneur, when you're going through a gamut of struggles, enjoy them, have fun in what you're doing, because unless otherwise, when will you have fun? When you enjoy. That means you need to enjoy your journey of being an entrepreneur. You need to enjoy what you are struggling today to see a larger achievement later. Today, this struggle will give you a long lasting joy in a long run to come, not just for you, but for a lot many people who are dependent on you, who work with you maybe as your employees or your associates or your partners. But see, you will be definitely giving them a lot of joy. Next, I say flexible. Why flexible? When we said fast, we said we should be able to take decisions or adapt ourselves to the market. You have to be flexible. You cannot say, okay, I'm doing this, so I do only this. No, you need to be flexible. You need to keep yourself open to new ideas so that you can adapt yourself to forever improving. Forever improving. I cannot say today I started like this, so I will remain to be like this. No, you need to keep on improve yourself. Keep on improving. See, I started off as an architect. Then I did my post graduation. The first software that I learned was AutoCAD because that was important. But later on, I understood that this is not just one software that's going to help me. I need to learn lot many things. So I'm constantly improving myself. I'm constantly learning. Even today, I mean, enrolling myself into some or the other course. I want to learn. I want to update myself because unless otherwise I update myself, I'm out of the race. I wouldn't know what is happening. I'm not current. So what will I become? I'll become obsolete. I'll be somebody. It is like, you remember the tape recorders that we had? Today, do we use any tape recorder? We don't. So that is obsolete, because what did the tape recorder company do? They did not upgrade themselves. So they lost the race. And today we all have Bluetooths in our cars. We have USBs in our cars. We listen to music. We no longer listen to tape recorders and tapes. So that is the kind of competition the market has, and how you need to upgrade yourself from time to time, looking at the requirement. Next. Can we have the next slide? Yes. Now, there are different forms of entrepreneurship. It can be social entrepreneurship, business entrepreneurship, or techno entrepreneurship. Why did I do this into three different categories? I'll tell you. See, business entrepreneurship is the ever so business that you always see. But there are new opportunities which are coming up now, like social entrepreneurship. When I was talking of the girl who did these biodegradable pots, what she's doing is social entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship which is commercial, but yet at the same time, it is giving a huge social impact to the society. It is creating an impact, a far reaching impact, a socially reliable kind of an idea. So it is called a social entrepreneurship. Business opportunity or business entrepreneurship, yes, it is like buy and sell goods. You are having a product, you're selling it, you're making money out of it. So that is business. Now we come to the third part of it, which is techno entrepreneurship. Well, what is techno entrepreneurship? Of late, we have seen people creating apps, creating platforms, digital, creating a lot of digital businesses. So that is techno entrepreneurship, where technically you are creating a business. Now, when you are a pharmacist, what do you do? If you discover some new kind of an app or something which connects you to the doctors or something in the health industry, you will be a techno entrepreneur. But suppose you just buy some machinery, some medical equipment and sell, you're a business entrepreneur. But suppose you make an app like Practo, or some other app like Dr. C, or something like Call Health, then you're a social entrepreneur. So these are the different kinds of entrepreneurships that keep happening. And they are classified. Earlier, for us, entrepreneurship was just one form of business. But today, see the classification. You have social entrepreneurship, so you can also avail benefits from the government in the form of a social enterprise, because you are creating an impact on the society. Business, yes, you get some loans. Techno entrepreneurship, you use your technical skills to create a business. Next. Next slide. Yes. Now, what are the compelling reasons? Why do we need entrepreneurs? More than the slide, I would like to tell you this. So, see, if suppose today we have, say, an X population, if all the X population, say half of this population thinks that I want to only do job, who will be the job givers? Like we were just discussing, principal ma'am was saying quite a few people have asked people to leave, they've lost their jobs and they don't know what to do now. Even a business cannot sustain for long when a situation like a pandemic is here. We cannot pay salaries to more number of people. So what do? We cut down the jobs and we say, okay, with whatever little people we'll have, we will try to work. But who creates these jobs? Jobs are created by entrepreneurs. So if you are looking for a job and there is nobody who's going to create a job for you, then what will be the situation of the society? That is the reason we have to think of becoming entrepreneurs more. Suppose we are 10 friends. If all the 10 of us think that, okay, I need to work under somebody, who will give us a job? At least one or two of us have to start thinking of being an entrepreneur. So even if one of us is an entrepreneur, we can get jobs for the rest of the nine. It's the same situation with the new world. Unless otherwise, you try to create value, you try to create an enterprise, the world will not have value. There'll be no job givers, there'll be only job seekers. So 90% of the world's jobs are given by entrepreneurs. Next thing is, we need problem solvers. We don't need people who can just keep looking at problems. We need people who can find solutions for these problems. We need people who can tell, okay, this is a problem. We need to know how to sort this. We need to know how to find a solution for this. We need source of new products and innovation. See, the pandemic actually taught us a lot of things. When something like a pandemic hits, this is new to all of us. We don't know how to deal with it. But what did we do? We worked out a way. People started researching, okay, this is a virus, these are the symptoms. Some medicine had to work. So they started making trials in kind of chemical concoctions. They said, okay, this drug is going to work, this is not going to work. If this is, probably there was no direct medicine, but what did they do? They tried to use alternative medicines which could probably address certain symptoms, lessen the viral load on the patient. So that was where innovation had started coming. We did not have time to even see, if you cannot manufacture vaccine in just a year. But what did we do? Okay, we understood. We need to have masks. We need to have sanitizers. So a lot of people who, what did they do? They said you should be flexible. So immediately, where people knew that there was a lockdown, people who had a textile industry, what did they do? They started manufacturing masks. People in the chemical industry or hand wash, face wash, and all these things, what did they do? They started making hand sanitizers. Earlier to this pandemic, none of us wanted a sanitizer, only the doctors used it. We never used it. But see the shift. As and when a situation comes up, we have to be flexible. We have to source out new products. We have to source out innovations. We'll have to look at new methods of dealing the market, new methods of dealing problems, new methods of dealing with situations. That is very, very important. And that is why we need entrepreneurs. As a employee, I will not look into all of this unless otherwise I have an enterprise. And when I have an enterprise, or whether I have an industry, or I have some machinery with me, I cannot think of such ideas. Next is, it's the entrepreneurs, not the central bank, that keeps the economy moving. We all should understand. We all have heard about GDPs, economy of the country, and then you all hear about the cost of things going up, cost of things coming down. I mean, that is a very rare thing that happens. Most of the time, the cost of things is going up. Why is that happening? Where is the economy of the country moving? Unless there are entrepreneurs, unless more of business happens, we cannot improve the economy of the country. When more number of entrepreneurs come into any situation, scenario, or a country, what happens is a new vistas of business opens up. You can export your wares to the global market. You can have a lot of foreign investment come into the country. You can improve trade relations. You can provide employment to most people here. And when people in an industry want employment, more of education sources will be improved. Now, this is a chain. So it is very important that entrepreneurs keep building businesses to keep the economy growing. It is not just business. See, today, suppose I am an architect, I employ 70 people. 70 people means I am able to cater to 70 families. Probably say if four per family, or say two per family, whatever. But on an average, I am able to sustain 300 people. So if I alone can do this for 300 people, think 10 of us, how many people we can reach? Thousands of us, how many people we can reach? So this is how an enterprise is built. So that is why entrepreneurs have to come up. Again and again, I say, why women entrepreneurs? Because we are a force to reckon with. 50%, almost 40% of the constituent of the general population is women. We have the same thinking capabilities. We have the same kind of talent. We have lot of traits which can help us build business, or we can be good entrepreneurs. So in case we do not utilize our intellect, then what is the point in us studying? The most important thing is, we also are the greatest contributors to the economy of a country if we can utilize our talent, we can utilize our skills and become entrepreneurs. I do not believe in a gender bias saying only men do well or women do well or we are in competition with each other. No, it is a healthy ecosystem. All I say is women should utilize their intelligence, their capabilities, and start doing business. Why is it that most women think we have to depend on somebody to run businesses? I come across a lot of women. They do business, but then when I ask them what is your balance sheet, they say my husband looks after it. No, a woman should empower herself to do the business in a holistic way where she understands what a business is doing, whether she's earning, whether she's losing, what her balance sheet looks like, how she should go and approach a financial institution to get a loan to run her business, how she takes care of employees. So, this is the kind of passion the woman should come up with to run business. It may be anything, it could be any business that you want to do, a food business, a cosmetic business, or a manufacturing business, or a supply chain kind of a commodity, or you just want to buy and sell. I see a lot of women these days doing a lot of online business. They sell clothes, they sell jewelry. Fine. Let us not restrict. I recently heard this term called 3 Ps. Women entrepreneurs, they are associated with 3 Ps. I was wondering, what is this? For me, 3 Ps is public private partnership. But to my utter surprise, I came to know that these P3s in women entrepreneurship means pickle, papads, and petticoats, which means pickle is what? Some kind of a food. Papad is also food, and petticoats means textiles. So are we women just limiting ourselves to only these? Why should we be identified as only pickles and papads and clothes? Why are we not growing beyond it? A lot of us, yes, are venturing into lot many new things. We are growing, but we need a whole section of the society to still grow. Women like you need to take the leap. You need to take the plunge. You need to show the world that yes, we are a Gen Y. You all proudly call yourself the Gen X and the Gen Y, isn't it? So the Gen X and Gen Y has to move forward. You have to come up with a lot of innovation. You have to come up with new ideas to see how you can become an entrepreneur, how you can take a whole lot of your own women forward. See, one person having confidence doesn't work. When you have a group of people with you, when you can communicate your vision, your mission, your ideas with a group of friends and say, hey, come on, let's start this business. Look at the change, look at the strength that you have. Because then what happens is your idea gets aligned with 10 more people, and 10 more people start believing in your dreams. 10 more people start believing that yes, we can do it. And that is where we all together can grow. It is very, very important that we have very good communication skills as entrepreneurs. Just having faith, just having the kind of self confidence, motivations, inspiration, all that doesn't help. You need to have very good communication. Communication that makes people understand what you actually are dreaming of, what actually you want to do, what actually you're aiming to do, and how you're dreaming about it. The next slide. See, there are 3 competencies of the complete entrepreneur: the originator, the organizer, and the operator. Now, originator to the organizer, you need to be a innovator, then implementer, and finally somebody who can take forward the business. When I say originator is somebody who comes up with the idea, right? Who evolves the idea. That is an originator. Now, when I come to the organizer, what are the skills you need to become an organizer from the originator to organizer? Definitely, there's a journey involved. So, there, what you need is you need to have good communication skills because you need to organize a team. You need to gather a team of people to work with you. Share your mission and vision very well with them. Tell them what you're planning to do. Tell them this is what this company or this idea is all about. So you start organizing people with you. You put the infrastructure in place. What I mean by infrastructure is the resources. Say the money needed to start the business, or see, when you start the business, probably you need a place to start the business. When the place needs some furnishing, you need some capital money. You need some paperwork to be done. So from the originator to the organizer, do all those activities wherein you can actually build the business. So having an idea alone doesn't work. You need to put the idea to action. So you are moving from an originator to an organizer, from an organizer to an operator. Now, just having an idea, coming up the requisite infrastructure, putting up everything in place, no, my business is not going to take off. I need to be an operator. That means I need to put my plan into action. I need to start working. I need to start seeing the results that will follow. Results in terms of money, results in terms of business, results in terms of turnover. So this journey looks very easy, the three O's: originator, organizer, and operator. But when you actually start doing this is the whole journey of your entrepreneurship, which you constantly do. This is not a one day job. And this is not just if your business is established, you think you will stop doing this. No, you will be doing this your entire life as long as you learn the business, as long as you run this business, as long as you want to be in the business. Because every time you originate with a new idea, why are companies like Reliance having so many companies under their flagship? They were only into petrochemicals, right? But look at where Reliance is today. They are into communications, they are into jewelry, they are into footwear, they are into apparels, they are into cell phones, they are into media. Means what? Every time a new idea originated, they organized a new business. They organized a new business, they put it to new use, and they started running it. So you cannot become complacent saying that, okay, this was my original idea. I started with this and I'm going to delve on this. That's not going to work. You'll have to constantly keep on upgrading your business, upgrading your thought process, looking for new opportunities where you can actually leverage your strength, where you can see that your competencies can best be monetized, best be utilized to make some money, best be utilized to make business. And how you can gather a team of people to start working on your idea and start giving results. See, I cannot do everything by myself. I need people who align to my idea, who understand what I want to do and what I want to build, isn't it? Now when somebody, even a person who wants to go for a job, what do you do? Why do you apply to only certain companies? You start researching, you do a background check on what is this company, who are the promoters, what is their annual turnover, how good are they in the market. So this kind of research even you have to do as an entrepreneur. What does the market want? What is the demand for the particular situation right now? What is it that I can do new into the market that will earn me money and value as a business, right? So your company is somebody coming to you for a job also does a research on your company. So when somebody does a research on your company, it should show how much of value your company has created from the day you had this idea to the day your product or your business started rolling. That is how you create value. So you'll have to always also create a value for your company, and that can be created when you communicate very well with people. You are a leader, you're a natural leader. You should be able to lead people in the sense, I'm not saying that you should have 10 of people standing behind you and saying yes sir or yes ma'am. A leader is a person who shows the path. So you will show path to the people working under you and do what you want them to do for you. That is a leader. And then you also have to have the quality of taking risks. Whatever the problem comes, whatever be the situation, you should not panic. You should be in a situation to solve that problem. Take the risk. Do not blame people for it, because it is your business at the end of the day. Your employees are a part of your organization, but you still head the organization. That means there is complete onus and focus on you as the business owner to sort the problems and take the risk. Next slide, please. Yeah, though I say it is the last word, we will still continue. And what according to me is the last word for an entrepreneur? Next slide. Yeah, this one, is not properly seen. Don't dream dreams just for dreaming. You need to work, and don't let your dreams die. See, the day your dreams die, your urge to do something more dies down. And only when you dream, you will work towards it. The simple example I gave you, I want that dress. As long as I keep dreaming of getting that dress, I will keep working for it. Just dreaming and keeping quiet will not get the dress for you. It will not walk and come to your wardrobe. You need to keep working on it. You need to keep finding ways to get it. Your business is also like that dress in the shelf. Keep dreaming, work for getting it, work for creating that value for your enterprise. Try to see that, yes, you build a company where people look at you, oh my God, this is what she has done, or this is what she has done. Indra Nui per se is not an entrepreneur as she started, but then she was the CEO of PepsiCo. And I am in damn awe of this woman. How she must have balanced her professional and personal life. And she grew from an employee to the CEO of the company. It's a beautiful journey. It's definitely a very, very competitive journey, a hard journey, struggling journey for her, maybe. But look at that achievement. We all look up to them. Why do we look up to the women like that? Because they've achieved what they wanted. They achieved what they thought they were worth. And above all, as women entrepreneurs, you should know your self worth. You should know what you're capable of. You should not think, oh, I can't do this. Oh, really? Can I do this? Yes, you can. Why you can't? You can always do it, provided you have the zeal, provided you have the confidence, you have the courage in you to do it. Instead of thinking, what if I fail? Just think, how will I succeed? Just change the way you think and see how you're going to succeed. Instead of saying, oh my God, I might fail, why can't you think, what should I do to succeed? What steps should I take to see that I achieve my dream? Simple example I can tell you. Suppose your exams are coming near. Now you have online exams. We hardly see each other. So we don't even know if we can, talk to each other physically and share things. But does that mean that you would not want to get the highest marks in your class? You would want to. So what will you do? You will study. Suppose you don't understand anything, you don't have your lecturer to immediately answer. Probably you will Google the answer. You will talk to friends, you will call up people, and or you will put it on social media and try to find answers. So what are you doing? You are finding ways and means to succeed in something as simple as an exam. Your business is also like that. If you think that, yes, I want to do this very strongly, I am sure you would do it. But suppose you think, oh my God, who will do this? It's okay. No, I can just join a job, get married, and start a family. Then what are you doing? You are also one of those crores of women born on this earth who will eventually die doing nothing either for the society or for themselves. You will be one amongst those crores who will just come and die without even being known. Is that worth it? Because I feel before I leave this world, I have to create a footprint of myself. When somebody says Chetna, somebody has to say, oh, that Chetna, that is how I need to be remembered. People should remember me as an inspiration. People should remember me for something nice that I did. And the best way is to be an entrepreneur, because you are not just building a business, but you're building a home, a family. Because when you give employment to people, you are giving life to a family, whether it's a man or a woman. When they start earning through you, that means what? You're supporting their family. That means you are reaching out to somebody. You are doing your bit. And that is a very, very satisfactory feeling. I must tell you, it gives you immense satisfaction. Yes, there are hardships. There are times when you feel, what am I trying to do? Am I just earning to pay salaries? Am I just earning to, give the benefits to somebody? That's okay. Absolutely okay. because eventually you are going to succeed and make money. But look at the joy of creating something of value where you are supporting people. So entrepreneurship is not just about money. It's so much more beyond that. Money, yes, is primary, but there are a lot of other benefits which are not tangible. Tangible in sense that you cannot count them or you cannot list down, you cannot write them. But a lot of intangible benefits are always associated with that. And that is why I feel, you as women should explore the opportunities available. Today, we have very proactive governments. We have a lot of proactive policies. We have lots of opportunities because, a plethora of opportunities has opened up. Earlier, only an engineer or doctor or a chartered accountant had opportunities. That is what we thought. But today, opportunities are just like a Pandora's box. You open them and you have hundreds of them. So explore your opportunities, try and leverage on them, try and see how you can actually start using that opportunity to be an entrepreneur. And then when you say, talk about women empowerment, I feel all women are empowered. The day you can make decisions for yourself, that is the first day you are ever empowered. The day you feel that people are not going to influence your decisions and you will strongly stand by your decision, you will understand what you want and what you don't want, is the day you are truly empowered. Because first, you need to stand for yourself. First, you need to understand what you want and what you don't want. And when you know what you want, and when you learn to say no to somebody who influences your decision or influences your idea, that is when true empowerment comes. Because that empowerment is nothing but a sense of freedom, a sense of confidence that, yes, what I am going to do is going to be right. I am going to make it right. And why do I say it is a sense of freedom? Because the moment you feel empowered, the moment you think that, yes, I can do things for my own self, I do not want somebody dictating upon me, I do not want somebody influencing my thought process, that is when you feel free. That is when you suddenly start feeling that, yes, I am free to do what I want. I'm free to start thinking the way I want to think and do things the way I need to do, but in a constructive way, not in a destructive way. So it's all about how you are going to put your energies, your talent into action, how you are going to use the God given gift of intelligence that we have. You are going to put that to proper use. You're going to empower yourself and empower others too. And again, I'm telling you, there is nothing separate called woman entrepreneurship alone. Entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. Let me tell you this. Today, when I go to make a presentation for a project, the project does not say that you are a woman or a man. The project is a project. So whether I do it or a man does it will remain to be a project. But what value I add to it as a woman will be in the way I look at the finest aspects of utility, the finest aspects of aesthetics, beauty, how beautiful I can make the project look. That is where I get in my expertise. And that is where I make a difference as a woman. So do not look at this as a gender. Please look at it as a natural trait which you have, which you can use to add value, to stand out. That is very, very important. So I think, that's what I feel about women entrepreneurship or women empowerment. And my dear girls, I think it is high time we all think about getting into jobs. It is time that we move ahead aggressively into the society in the form of entrepreneurs, small or big. Try to do something of your own. Do not think, if I do this, this is small, or if I do this is big. You don't have to start 1,000 crore empire right now. You can start with as small as 1,000 rupees. Identify what you can do. Think how you can make it grow. And above all, please do not become complacent. If you have achieved something today, just don't think, oh, I've achieved this, now this is enough. No, there is no end, because you have to always keep moving ahead. You have to find new ways of developing things. There's a nice beautiful line from Robert Keats. It says, I have miles and miles to go before I sleep. That means there is so much for us to achieve before we leave this earth. And let's make ourselves useful. Let's make ourselves as a value addition to this earth. And let's utilize all that we know. See, our parents are educating us very well. So, what is the biggest, you know, tribute you can give to your parents? Excel, and utilize the education they have given us. Utilize your education to the maximum and give life to some more people like you. I think that is the best tribute you can give to your parents. There are many, you can talk to your mothers. Probably your mothers dreamt of being something, but they couldn't do so. They couldn't achieve because of certain uh, restrictions or certain problems or certain situations. Maybe you can be a source to fulfill their dreams through you. I have seen many mothers, they wanted to learn dance, but they couldn't. So what they do? They get their daughters to start learning dance. In a way, they are living their dreams through you. So you can also be a source of fulfilling their dreams. You can be a source of inspiration. You can be a source of motivation to so many people like you. Probably what I am doing today, talking to you all, is just a bit. I'm just trying to share what I know. I mean, this PPT was just put up here because you guys should be able to read something. But all that I speak to you comes from my experience, comes from what I have been seeing for the last 20 years, what I've been doing, and what I'm trying to do more. Even today, I dream of setting up another two to three companies because I feel I need a chain of companies in my name. So keep that passion going and dream big. Don't be confused in what you dream. Dream big. When you dream big, you will try to make it big. If you dream small, you will make it small. So dream big. Let's go for it. And hang on. See, you will fail once. You'll fail twice. But the third time, yes, you will succeed. That's for sure. So don't think I will fail. And even if you fail, what's wrong? What will happen? Nobody's going to hang you. All that you need to do is understand why you failed. Where did you fail? Better it the next time. Don't make the same mistake again. You will succeed. So thank you so much, my dear friends. Now we can have some questions if any of you do have.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Yeah, somebody says, what is so unique about your business? My business may not be unique, but I make it unique. Being an architect is not unique at all. I agree. But I make it unique because the buildings that I design are very beautiful. They are eco-friendly. They are environment-friendly. I get in a lot of design aspects wherein I try to see that the utility of the building is very well done beautifully. It is not compromised. I add a lot of aesthetics to it. So that is how I create value to my business. And when you say what is unique about my business, I'm a combination of an architect and a management grad. So I know where to cut costs and where to invest more. I know how to make my projects sustainable. I can talk, if I'm designing a commercial building, I can talk to my client about what will be his returns on that particular building, how much he will incur the cost, what kind of value addition he can make, what is the time he can get back his investment. So that is the unique nature of my business.
Madam, question from our faculty,
Yes,
Dr. Shruti. As
yes,
an entrepreneur, what challenges did you face at the beginning of your journey? How did you overcome?
yes. Uh, when I started my journey, I mean, I must say this, I lost my father when I was quite young. So I started my journey very soon. I never even had an office to start with. So what I did was ours was a two-bedroom apartment. So my hall became my office. That is how I started my business. And then I was not ashamed that, I have a small space. What I thought was, okay, this is the small space that I have. The next challenge was I had to invest something, at least, in basically having a small office or an employer or at least a small table or something. So I slowly started building that. And the biggest challenge was, see, when I started off, we also used to go to the site. I never had a vehicle also then. So what I would do is if I had to visit a client, I would take the public transport to the nearest point, get down there and try and walk down to the client, because my observation was people watch what is the kind of car you use, what is the kind of bike you use, and they start gauging you. So I thought, okay, what is the best thing to do? Forget about it. Let them not see from where you come. Just walk down. So that was the first thing I ever did. And then people also were like, because I was quite new, so they would be like, they wouldn't even try to believe that I could deliver. My first project was from my mother's friend. She was building a house, so she said, I will you can plan my house and I'll just give you 500 rupees for this, and I will see that some senior has to check your plan and approve it. Only then I will allow you to do my project. I said, yes, I'm ready for that. And she made me do it. Yes, she checked it with some other senior. He said, very good, go ahead. So that was my first step where I earned 500 rupees. She would have paid nothing less than 50,000 to a senior architect, but I was paid only 500 rupees. But I did not feel let down, or I did not feel discouraged with those 500 rupees, because I was happy. Happy not for earning 500 rupees, but happy that somebody senior had vetted what I had done and he approved it, that I did it right. So that was the stepping stone for me to become all the more confident. Other challenges were when you start going to sites, people, they think, why is a woman here? Why is she commanding? Because those laborers who work on site, they are not used to taking instructions from women. They look up to women as though, we are not there to work in a field like engineering. But here also my experience was, if you are strong with your subject, then nobody looks down upon you, and you need to have a command. When you know the subject very well, you are in a position to command them, and that is more than enough to make the message very, very clear that I am here to stay and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not afraid of anything else. So this was the biggest challenges, that used to come my way. First thing is, again, I would say, especially at sites, because you're a woman, they would not even take you seriously. They would be like, okay, she's just coming and going. But you need to assure them that you are equally competent as your other gender, and that happens only when you're technically sound. You can understand their way of communication, and you can communicate it to them in their own language. That half the battle gets won there. Then coming to the finances, yes, it was very difficult for me for at least for 2 years, because it was like, I earn and my expenses, I earn and I there was no saving at all. But still I did not deter from there. I said, no, 1 year, let me hang on. And then I started slowly, making a little more of money. Those were the initial challenges that I had.
Inspiring, madam. Very much inspiring. You are very much strong enough. And our faculty and students motivated very much and posted so many questions. Like Akila Jogu, what tips or advice would you give to someone interviewing at women's empowerment? So,
Well,
advices and tips.
yes. See, I cannot give you advices. I can only give you tips, because I strongly believe that situations are different from person to person. What I faced
Yes.
or what I went through was something which is to me, and I addressed it in a different way. You might address it in a different way. The biggest tip I would say is believe in yourself. That is one trait that every entrepreneur needs to have. First and foremost thing, please believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Believe that, yes, you can achieve it. And then all other things will fall in place. Do not give up very easily. Do not say, I cannot do it. Or do not even get the thought that I may not be able to do it. Even if an iota of doubt comes into your mind, then you will not move ahead, because you will plunge down yourself into doubt, into self doubt, and you will not take the plunge. So, biggest tip I say is believe in yourself, believe that you can do it, and believe that you alone can do it, and you don't need somebody to keep telling you that you can do it, because motivation is intrinsic, it has to come from within. If I want something, if I'm hungry, I have to eat. I cannot ask my neighbor to eat for me. So, entrepreneurship or empowerment or inspiration is also like that. When you have the hunger to achieve, when you have the passion to achieve, only then you will go for it. So, stay motivated and stay strong. Let not somebody influence you or convince you that it is not possible or it's not done. You get easily convinced when you don't believe in yourself. And if you believe in yourself, then no explanation is needed at all. And if you do not believe in yourself, then every explanation is needed. So that is the only thing I can tell you, because I strongly believe in it.
Yes, madam. Thank you. And from Harshini Reddy, my colleague, what strategies did you first use to market your business, madam? What are the strategies?
Well, I must tell you, as an architect, we cannot market ourselves because our licenses get cancelled. So there is no question of marketing here. Because what I do, I mean, I design buildings, that is, I make plans. So I do not have a product to market. All that I can do is my designs have to be unique, and whatever I present to the client has to be so good. See, it is like I am making them visualize what I am doing, isn't it? I am aligned. I have to make the presentation and my drawing so nice that they actually start understanding what I am thinking about and they visualize about it. That is the best strategy I can employ. And next thing is, you listen more. Listen more to what they want rather than you telling what it should be. First, listen what they want and then add your expertise to it. That is the best strategy you can ever employ. See, the more you listen, the more you understand the opposite person. If you talk more, you don't listen to them, then you are not bound to deliver what they want. So it is better you listen to them, understand what the necessity is, understand what the need is, and then you add your value to it and come up with a new thing. That is where there is a healthy sync between them and you, and people are comfortable working with you. And rest is, of course, word of mouth. When you and your work speaks for yourself, the kind of dedication, focus, and precision with which you work, that itself is the biggest strategy you can employ.
Thank you, madam. And another question from P. Archana: how to choose a type of startup based on demand? She's our colleague.
Okay, Archana Garu, the biggest example now is how people have diversified from making garments into masks, sanitizers, then vitamin D medicines. So, see, demand, of course. See, sometimes there are products which you may not see an immediate demand, but there is an underlying demand in the market. Now, when you see, there is a small girl who has also made an app. She was just trying to understand that everybody was talking to her about the carbon footprint and reducing the carbon footprint in the environment. Then she thought, what is it that I can do? Because I cannot count that if I walk so many steps, this is a carbon footprint. If I use one bulb, this is how much the carbon is being generated. So what she did was she developed an app which, the moment you switch on a light, immediately it calculated the number of, the carbon emissions. Throughout the day, the app would calculate what is the emission you have had, the net emission in a day. So that way, we were able to audit what is the emission per day and how you should curb it. So what this girl did is she developed this app and sold it to a energy auditing company for a couple of billions. So see, there was no demand for this, but she created a demand for this because this was an accessory to a main enterprise, and it worked very well for their situation. It became like an audit meter for them, and it was taken immediately because it lessened their job. So sometimes there are startups which probably you do not see immediate demand, but you create a demand. And startups is all about creating demand, but not for creating products which have demand, because products having demand will come into a regular business stream. but a startup is something which is innovative. So you create products which you will create demand for, which you will create value for.
Okay, madam. Next, any more questions?
Yeah, done, madam. Done with the questions.
Done. Madam, it's a really wonderful session, madam. You have
Thank you.
given insights in all the aspects. And the one thing I can take home is entrepreneur is entrepreneur inspired, like whether women or men. That is
Yes,
the I can take home.
yes.
Exactly, truly, you have given insight into that. Thank you, madam. Now I hand over the session to Harshini to propose vote of thanks. My colleague, assistant professor, Harshini, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anushri.
Yeah, go ahead with the vote of thanks, ma'am.
Again, I take the opportunity of proposing vote of thanks. I am immensely thankful to our eminent speaker, Chaitanya Jain. Her address set the tone of this lecture by clearly indicating the importance of an woman entrepreneurship, traits, and forms of an entrepreneur. She definitely enlightened our students how to explore various opportunities. I wish to thank Professor K. Mutyam Reddy, Honorable Secretary cum Correspondent and Convener of the RBVR Women's College of Pharmacy, and our Principal Ma'am, Professor M. Sumakant Karu, for their unstinted support to make this event successful. My heartfelt thanks to the registration committee members, Dr. M.P. Kusma, Associate Professor in the Department of Pharmaceutics, and Mrs. Safura Ahmad, Assistant Professor
एक
in the
इंसान हो,
Department of Pharmaceutics,
ठीक
for
है.
their continuous support. I extend my gratitude to the coordinator of the Women Empowerment and Entrepreneur Development Cell, Dr. Umarani Garu, for her contributions. I extend my thanks to Mrs. Hari Anushri, Assistant Professor in the Department of Pharmaceutics, for her technical support. I also thank all my dear staff members for their encouragement in each and every phase of this event. Last but not least, we would like to thank all our participants in making this event a memorable one for all. Once again, I thank you all for your attention.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I think I would definitely like to get your feedback, ma'am, on my personal window later. Thank you so much for having
Definitely,
me
ma'am.
here. Yeah. Thank you, Umarani Garu, for connecting with me and having me with you.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's really
Please,
wonderful
please.
session, and we have
Yeah.
interacted with you. Very fortunate, and in all the way enlightened, like in all the way, business sense, entrepreneurship sense, all the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Please do send me the feedback of your students so that, next time in case I really need to speak, I'll know if how much I have to improve myself.
Definitely.